Hello, hello, hello. Hey, how you guys doing out there in the grant world? This is, of course, AnitaN, the Biz Coach, and I am coming back to you live and informing you about awesome grant information. Okay, so I know you guys hopefully have been getting my emails and my YouTube videos and all that great info on specials and things I have coming up. So I have a grant workshop coming up in this month on the 20th of this month. It is going to be going into depth about how to apply for grants. Now you might think, well, I just want to apply. Well, look, guys, you've got to know what to do. You've got to know what documentation you need, what type of descriptions and how to word, and what grantors are looking for when you are applying. So there's no need to apply if you don't know how. If you don't know how to do it, don't waste your time. So that is why I'm having this beginning of the year. So to get you all started for a great 2023, okay? So I am looking forward to that. You should be able to get more information and have a link down in the description of this or in the email that you're finding this in or post, all right? So I wanted to share this information as well. I have a summit coming up, and it's going to be covering you all. Oh my God, we're going to have some dynamic speakers. It's going to be offered. We're looking at being able to do it virtually as well as in person, and it will be in the Atlanta, Georgia area. We are, well, the vision that I have received for this has been to help individuals, help businesses, as well as nonprofits to fund their future. Therefore, that's why I gave it the name Funding Your Future. All right. This is going to tell you anything from learning how to, we have speakers on telling you how to do your financial literacy, knowing everything about that from, especially from the individual perspective. Okay. And then we're going to have people talking about credit repair. We're going to have people talking about how to start your nonprofit, your business, how to utilize your mortgage or doing a reverse mortgage to fund some of the things you want to do. We're going to have people telling you about the taxes, what you need to do about your taxes, because we know tax season is in order, right? So look, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be in March 25th. Look for more and more details as, the closer the date gets. I'm going to be putting out a lot of stuff within the next couple of weeks. So you guys look out for it and pass the word. Pass it on. Look, we're going to be doing this thing because we got to get ready for 2023. All right. So today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about the Sparkplug Foundation and the application process for that, okay? So one of the things that we're going to be talking about and looking at as far as the Sparkplug Foundation, it says that they encourage Black, Indigenous, and people of color to apply. The areas of funding is education, community organizing, and music. All right, I found this to be very interesting. So for the funding information, it says that they consider grant applications for amounts from 1,000 to 20,000. Most grants are in the 10 to 15,000 range. Eligibility criteria is as follows. They do not fund early stage organizations and projects. They offer grants to innovative and important works that has not yet established. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read this to make sure it's making sense to me. So I'm going to start that bullet over. It says they do, my apologies, they do fund early stage organizations and projects. They offer grants to innovative and important work that has not yet established broad sources of support. So if you're just starting an organization, this is great for your causes if you fall within those three categories that I mentioned earlier. For the organization, what matters is that the project comes from and supports an engaged community. They do fund small to medium organizations or ideas. They do fund 501c3s, nonprofits or individuals, communities or collectives that have a US-based 501c3 FICA sponsor. Okay, let me explain what that means. So if you do not have a 501c3, maybe you're an organization that's just starting out, you don't have, your status yet, or you might be an individual that want to do some of these things and you have an idea that you want to get funded. Well, you as a individual or an agency or organization that does not have this status can partner with a 501c3 that does have that status, and they can be your sponsor. This is very rare. So if you fall into this category in those three areas, education, community organizing, and music, and you do not, as of right now, have a 501c3 status, you can work with a 501c3 organization and they can be your sponsor. All right. So if you want more information on how that works, definitely get in contact with me. Okay. They do fund materials and activities that make new ideas real and sustainable. This can support for a new organization's growth, like outreach materials, short-term staff to get your project underway, and short-term general operating support for new organizations only. They do fund one-year grants. Also, they do fund with an eye for community accountability and inclusion. They recognize that power imbalances in the world impact how work happens in any organization. Inclusion means that the organization deliberately structures itself to be guided by and to support people on the downside of power imbalances. So look, they are looking to work with new organizations, even people, like I said, that don't have the 501c status, and you can get you a 501(c)(3) status sponsor, all right, to fall up under and work with to do this. So as you can see, I am on their website. And I am, as you can see, it is www.sparkplugfoundation.org/apply. So this is where you would go to apply for this funding. Now, I do advise that if you are not a 501c3, you go ahead and get a sponsor first before you try to apply, because they're going to ask for specific information that refers to nonprofits. So if you don't have that number, that IRS determination letter with the number on it that states that you are a nonprofit status, then you will not be able to apply. And as you can see here, the letter of interest deadline is May 8th, 2023, and the full application deadline is May 24th of this year. All right, and basically what that is, once you go through the application or the guidelines here, and you go and create your profile, which I right now am not able to do because, of course, I don't have a 501(c)(3) status. So I can't see all of the application right now, but I do want to go through these checklists and the information that you can see to see if this is something that you can apply for. All right. So they want you to read the instructions below very carefully so that you understand the process. So the letter of interest, basically, you're going to have to follow their guidelines. And then if they invite you to do a full application, then you'll have that time frame between them telling you that to the deadline of the 24th of May of this year to submit your application. So the checklist here, it says, I've read what we fund and what we don't fund, areas of funding, and the Q&A, frequently asked questions sections, and my application meets the criteria. So you would definitely have to make sure that you check that out. Looks like right here is the checklist, and you would be able to click here to look at that checklist. My submission is to make a new idea real and sustainable. I am submitting an application on behalf, remember, you're getting a sponsor for this, of a 501c3 if you don't already have that status, or I have a US-based sponsor. All right, my organization has an annual budget under $1 million. My submission is over activities that will occur within 1 year. And my submission is not for a religious activity, nor is it to support lobbying or election campaigns. All right. So the application process, first thing, create you an account. All right, so you would begin that application process. You'll be asked some questions. You have to create your user and password, log in back into the application at any time to work on it and finish an existing profile. You have a basic questionnaire that they will ask you for responses to some basic questions to see if you meet the criteria. Then you will get to the letter of interest or intent form. If you meet the criteria, you will be asked then to fill out and submit the letter of intent form. So it is a process. So you have to pass through each one of these levels before you get to actually apply. All right, step 4 says for the application, we will review your letter of interest form. So that was in step 3. Once they read it, it says, if we invite you to submit a full application, you will be notified by email. So you have to make sure that you're checking your email, stay on top of that. It's an active email, it's not too full like some of mine are, and you can't get any more emails and all those good things. And it doesn't go into your junk mail, so you want to make sure you set up all the things you need to set up for that. It says the application will ask further questions and request that you submit some documents. So you need to have those documents ready. See, that's what I talk about getting ready and staying ready. You need to have that stuff ready now. And those are some of the things I'm definitely going to be talking about and showing you how to do in the workshop we're going to be having on January 20th this month. If you are having trouble submitting documents as PDFs and such, please see the question frequently asked questions for more information on how to do this. Then notification, step 5, you will receive an email notifying you whether or not your application has been funded within a few days of the grant announcement posted on our website. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So if you all think you might qualify for this, I would suggest you go over to this website and apply. Start applying now and creating your profile for this, okay? So again, I look forward to seeing you all in some of my upcoming events coming up, how to apply for grant funding and the Funding Your Future Summit. All right. Otherwise, you guys know how to reach me. You can email me at info@AnitaN.thebizcoach.com, or you can reach me and see me on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, of course. So until next time, you guys continue to stay safe and get that funding. Yes. See you next time.